Brothers, we have a little mini scheme for you today out of the run and gun offensive playbook, and we are going to be taking a look at the pistol bunch tight end formation. So you see here, pistol bunch tight end in the run and gun playbook, and this is a really good little off-bit offense. Also, you could mix in some of this pistol trips as well. It's a real quick audible. Pistol trips is basically pistol trips tight end. So I'll set a couple of audibles from here, a couple of real run plays are really good. Read option. You have the stretch. I would probably honestly still go with read option. I still think this is the most versatile run in the formation. And then you have verticals, and then you also in this little trips formation have curl flat with a cool corner to the tight end. You have, if you wanted to have another run, you could have another run in there with the counter. Counter's a really good run. I personally prefer this play smash because I think it's the most versatile play, but you could do a lot of different things in that slot. I'm not going to really add a bunch to the trips, but I am going to focus in on this bunch tight end. So you have this halfback zone. This run is really good. You have verticals. This play is really good. You have stick is actually really good, but I'm going to be taking a look here at a couple of other plays in here. We have a lot of little gimmicky type solid plays. You also have in here the spot option, which we are going to put in our audibles. You can pretty much come out in really whatever play you want. If you want to come out in the counter. The counter is a really good run. You also have jet touch pass as well. So you have some really cool runs in this scheme. This counter is really good because it hits quick up the middle. These runs are really good. They're actually amazing runs. The counter right, counter left here. Watch, this is like it's almost like a 0-1 trap. If you actually watch like how this runs, it's really hard to shoot this run. And it really, it's just a good ground and pound type of run game. You also have this halfback zone, and you can run this right or left. Again, another nice, this is almost kind of like a duo run, if you will. Just in terms of how this runs, it kind of plays more like a duo run. So you can cut it inside, as you see right there. You could also be patient with this run and try to take it outside, or just take it up the gap, as you see right here, a little bit more of like a stretch. One of the things I like to do is flip it to go to the trip side, get a little bit better blocking here. You see that's pretty decent blocking on this play. And this is going to be really good for dollar. It's going to be really good for some of those heavier boxes. As you see here, just a consistent run. It's hard to shoot this run, which is why it is so good. And then you also have the jet touch passes off of this that is going to kind of make your run game tick. Now, if you guys are enjoying this video, you want to check out any of my full offensive or defensive ebooks, those are all in our school community. $10 gets you access to all of my offensive and defensive ebooks on the school site for Madden and for College Football 25. So if you want to check that out, that link is going to be in the description. But as I said, what you want to do with this off-bed offense is the passing is good, but it's not, in my opinion, great. You don't have a lot of options, but you have you really want to be running the ball probably at least 10 times per game because these are some of the best runs in the game. They're hard to stop. I really like this counter because it hits so quick. It's kind of a unique run. So anyways, the best play in the formation is verticals to pass out of, and I'm going to show you why. So what most people do is they run a shade down cover forward. Notice we are to the short side with our bunch tight end, and we're just going to streak this slot receiver, and then you can do whatever you want on the back end of this. What a lot of people like to do is just a block a running back and drag the tight end. So essentially what we're looking for here is this wheel. As you see, that's a cover 4, and you're going to be able to attack that. And the reason why is because we are to the short side running this play. This is extremely difficult to switch stick, and this cover 4 is going to struggle. Now, if they play like a cover 4 cloud flat type of situation, or court, like where they're using the curl flat zones, then you're going to need to hit this tight end, which I'll show you that real quick. So again, this is like a basic cover 4, and they're going to run, the curl flat. Watch this curl flat here. You're going to see that he will carry this wheel pretty good. And yeah, it's decent. I'm getting crazy shedded, honestly, setting 3 here in practice mode, even though that's not supposed to happen. So let's see if I show this to you one more time. See how you can still throw, but it's like, it's not really that open. So what you want to do is you've got to force them, and this is the key with this offense, you have to force them to play hard flats, right? And so one of the ways that you can force them to play hard flats is with this tight end drag. You'll see that this cloud goes to there, and then this is open underneath for an easy, 10, 15 yards across the middle of the field. Another way that we could force them to play hard flats is through this route combination where we're just going to flat this outside bunch receiver. We're going to whip route this inside bunch receiver, and then we can really do whatever we want on the back end. You could do it like this as well if you wanted to. This is fine, but what this does is it just horizontally spaces the defense, and so it's hard to cover this play if you're not willing to shade underneath. So this is a really nice mix-in play in this offense, and a couple different ways in which you can get to it. You can run it like this. You can run it like this. I really like the backside. I really like drag routes. So you'll see here, watch this little drag, just kind of get in a nice spot. So you have that as well within this play. So we're kind of forcing this. This should force hard flats. So if a hard flat out of cover 3 or cover 4, this wheel route is going to just be a kill, as you see right here. I mean, just absolutely kills them if they do that. Now, if you leave this streak on the triangle receiver, you're going to see that he's going to kind of pinch in like this, and this quarter still does get pulled, but it's not as like it's not as like powerful of a pull in my opinion. But that being said, if they run a cover 2 coverage, then you have potential to bomb up the skinny here, as you'll see if you wait on this, wait on this, wait on this. This is a little bit of, I don't know how Ed Reed played that. That was actually crazy. We'll try it one more time. It might be his universal lined up on us, but you'll see here. We'll cloud flat over there on the left side. So we go verticals, tight end drag, snap, boom. Watch this seam streak. All right, we just throw this. That's fine. As you see, he doinks, but this is a beater for cover 2. So you can hit either side. Now, if they run a soft squat, which is really popular, right? Run a soft squat. If they run a soft squat and match, then guess what? We have this right here underneath, right? So that's the beauty of that combo. And it really attacks that left side of the field well, and it makes that left side of the field very difficult to defend when they're short side like this. Now, if they cloud on the outside, or you still do technically have the tight end, but you also have this route, as you see right here. So it's just going to do a really good job of attacking this. Now, some people will run a cover 2 cloud, or basically like cover 3 cloud, to the side. So this would literally be something that I would do against this because of just how the formation works. And I'm going to talk about the weaknesses of the formation in a minute and how we can attack the weaknesses. But it's like this right here. So you see I have a cover 3 cloud to that side. So what you would want to hit in this situation is if you watch this streak, he's going to kind of basically pop right through there. That was actually the mid read that played that, which is insane to me that he played that. But in general, this is the route that you want to hit, and I'll try to show it here. So let me actually just take this mid read off the field for this play, because normally you're not going to get a stock mid read, on this call, especially on a cover 3 cloud, because that's the whole point of the middle third. But watch them just split it right through there, and I need a little bit better of a throw, but you're going to see this little pocket develop that you can throw this through. And it's one of the main reasons why I think this is such a difficult formation to defend, is because it's really hard to play any kind of effective zone on the left side of the screen, because you can just break down zone so well with this play verticals. And it's really, it's a quick hike play. You can snap the ball super fast. So you see here, I can just pass it up and inside, and it's basically a touchdown. Now, again, I think Ed Reed is, obviously the best. He's the best safety in the game. He's going crazy out there with his universal and all his lineups, right? But in general, this is a really, really difficult play to stop. And if you time this throw, it's a touchdown. So, you want to play with fire. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can actually just pass it all the way to the right. And there you see that we finally throw the touchdown, right? So if you go cover 3 cloud, you're really, asking them to get hit again. So, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's just a lot of ways to attack on that left side of the screen. One of the weaknesses of bunch tight end, in my opinion, is there's not a ton of ways to attack on the right side of the screen. Now, there are, which we didn't cover just yet, there are some really good man-beating routes in this formation. One of them is, if we just go back to that basic play that I was showing you, we can just whip route this outside guy if you want to just wheel or just flat him. I like to wheel him, but you can flat him too. And then I like to drag or a slant flat combo like this. Or if you don't like that, then you can put the tight on out, speed, and then stem him all the way down like that. This is really good against man. It's a real quick hitting play, but this whip route going to be pretty decent for you against man coverage. What a lot of people like to do these days is they'll run shaded down man coverage. This is not good at all against this formation, in my opinion, because you can just kill it for a touchdown, and you should go back to your verticals play. Take a look at these routes against this shade down. This, see if we can pop this over the top. Again, Ed Reed just being a dog out there. But your wheel route should also have a potential to cook. So you just have a lot of like you could run cover 2 shade down man, but there's a lot of ways that you're gonna give up a touchdown potentially if you did that. So again, just verticals with a drag, block the running back, and we just look at what's open. As you see here, this time Flowers actually won. If we can just get the ball out there enough, and Ed Reed is just showing that he is a dog, honestly. Well, I'll show you the other play that we were going to show you with the whip route. So the whip route is good too. And you could get to this a couple ways. Like you could literally just call this, right? If you wanted to, something like this, and just go. But this whip route is a good route. I got to get the running back out of the way, but we wouldn't have the running back going to that side, but just wanted to show you the whip. So you have the whip route on this. If they do want to run a ton of man coverage, they're going to have to put a flat over there. And then this is where we could just get into some basic man beating plays. So what I would do is flat whip, and then I would probably do like a crosser over the top of this. And then if we wanted to, we could, literally just run it like this. This is kind of fun. And you'll see here that tight end crosser has a good chance at winning. So something like that. Nothing too crazy. But I'm not too worried about man coverage, honestly, against this. The one thing that I would say as another combo that you can get to in bunch tight end, now that we, just kind of state of the game, right, is I really like the whip route to somebody over here on the right. It doesn't really matter to me which one. So we're going to whip route the inside bunch receiver, which is who I normally would do. And then we're going to slant this outside, and then we can either put the tight end on a 15-yard in route, like an in route and stemmed up to 15 yards, or a crosser. If you get man coverage, somebody's going to be open here 99.9% of the time, as you see. Okay? So not too worried about that. The big challenge in this is you're going to get a lot of cover 3 or cover 4 to the right. And so how do you attack cover 3 or cover 4 to the right is really a key question. With verticals, again, just kind of the situation we're in with this play, if you were to try to attack this right side with like a tight end streak, you'll see here that this is okay. Like, it's okay. There's just not a lot of great ways to get to the right side. One of the things with this formation, though, is you do have the ability to wheel your running back out of the backfield and put the tight end on a corner. And if you did that, that would be able to attack that right sideline a little bit better against cover 4. Well, you see right here, able to get that quarter to pull to the running back. Another way that you can do this and attack this right side is a little bit of an obvious, but another real easy way to attack over here is to go to a motion out, a running back motion out with a speed out like this. And then you could really do whatever on the back end if you want to do something like this. This is cool. But what you'll see here is the speed out is kind of hard to cover. They kind of have to start to cover to that side, which is really what you kind of want them to have to do. Another combo that is really underrated against this is, because if you think about it, most people are going to send 4, right? So if they're sending 4 like this, and then they're cover 2ing over here, and you have to have the soft squad, and then you're going to need to kind of like user the tight end. So you're doing a lot of stuff on this left side, right? So what you could do is you could do basically the tight end out route stepped all the way down to pull the flat. And then what I would do here is a slant from anyone on that side. I don't care who. So it could be, and this is where I was showing you, like this play right here is pretty good. And the reason why is because watch where this slant can be thrown. It can be thrown like right here. and that is going to force a yellow zone in that spot, which is really a resource they don't want to have to allocate. Okay, so those are some of my favorite play setups from verticals. Spot option, you have this short corner here to the left side. This is primarily just when you want to change it up and you don't want to run verticals. It lets, because what they'll eventually do is they'll eventually just man up CD Lamb. So what I'll do with this play is I'll drag CD Lamb here. I'll streak the inside receiver like so. And then if we want a corner route here, just something. But what we're really looking for is the short corner quick. As you see it, just real quick short corner to that left side. Another thing that you can do over here to the right side that I do like is verticals with double drags. So this just looks the same as our 5 wide play, right? So they might think, oh, you're attacking that right side. So then they change their coverage. And now we're back and we're actually in verticals and we're still able to attack this left side really strongly. And we also have the capability of having another check down in the middle of the field, which continues to put stress on their middle of the field user. And if they fall asleep at the wheel, that is the main route. Like that's the main route in the formation. That's the money route in the formation, no matter what. So this is, once we get them to cover 2 over here on this right side, by the way, another setup that I like is, really what'll happen is if you can get them to cover 2 this right side, which is really hard to do, but you've got to consistently motion the running back out, consistently throw this speed out, forcing to cover 2. Then once you get them to cover 2, then what you're able to do is now we can run a crosser over the top of this cover 2. So you'll see here, this crosser streak combo can do a really good job on that cover 2 on that side. I need to get a little better pass lead there, but I'll show you. And you could just, this is an example where you could just put the running back on a streak, honestly, and motion him out there. And then you could go to a play like this. And I don't think this is a bad play at all. Again, most of the time they're going to be manning up this receiver. So what I like to do is a backside curl flat like that as a check down. But the reason I like this play is because it does a really good job of attacking cover 2. If they fall asleep at the wheel, you could have a running back streak for a touchdown. You have that tight end out route they have to respect, which is, it just high-lows that right side really well. And when you're able to do that, the cool part about this setup is it'll beat any of the coverages that they want to run. It'll beat any of the coverages that they want to run because the running back goes on an actual streak. He's not on a fade. And so this will beat pretty much every base coverage you would want to run here. As you'll see, this crosser has to be switch stuck. It has to be switch stick too, right? So when they do that, then your backside curl is going to be in a nice pocket to be open. Again, I'm a big fan of this flat zig combo this year. This is one of the best ones, in my opinion. Another thing you can do with this is you have this. Let's say you want to do some four-man route combos. This is not a bad combo whatsoever because this forces a cover 2 on the right. It also pulls the flats, right? And then you have either your whip or your slant. So these are some of my just favorite combos out of bunch tight end. I don't think, trying to think if there's any other ones that I really think are worth showing you. This is fine, but it's not really that good. And that's where I say the flat whip route combo is really the best. Now you can get to it a couple different ways. So, I would do this right here, this flat whip route like this, because let's say they start just keying in on people, which they will do because so much of your offense is going to come from the outside and inside bunch receiver in this formation. So by having this middle guy have some meaningful routes, right, that's helpful as well. Another route combo that I do like is if they're cover 2ing the side of their soft squatting, which does happen a lot, is we'll go to verticals, we'll flat CD Lamb, we'll corner route Zay Flowers, and you can stem him down 1 if you wanted to, and then we'll streak the tight end. Now on the back end of this, really up to you, whatever you want to do. I think just a basic tight end curl is probably the best. And what we're able to do against cover 2 for soft squat is you're high-lowing this side. So you're reading that corner. If that corner stays down on, or if that corner stays up like he did right there, then that is, obviously what he's defending the flat. But if he doesn't and he goes to the flat, then your corner will be open. So you see here how the corner could kind of get behind that as well. The other thing about this play is against cover two, you can sometimes sneak in this streak, which is why either a curl or a corner to the tight end is what I like to do. But we'll see here. So against cover two, if you wait on this, you'll see. And gosh, Ed Reed is just a dog. Devin Lloyd is not. This mid read's not terrible either. But anyway, those are some ways that I like to attack it. You don't really ever need to throw the streak. The streak is mainly if they switch stick to this and try to get over here, which totally happens, right? That's something you'll see. But I'll try this throw one more time. We'll actually run two corners to kind of really open this up. And you'll see here, pass lead up into the inside. And Ed Reed's just too good. But anyway, if we run the left hash, so like if you're ever over here and you want to run wide side bunch tight end, I do have some setups for you. They're not like game breaking, but they're decent. So one of them is if we go to spot option, right? We have this double corner where you could go streak, and then you could go deeper corner, short corner. And this short corner is going to kind of just be nice on that wide side. The thing I really like to do with this short corner from spot option is just run this right here. I think this is a really good setup because this short corner is hard to guard, as you can see, especially to the wide side of the field. But when you get wide side like this, you can also, there's also some room for some more crossing routes on the right side. So if we were to come out and this play cross drag, you'll see here, really just, again, a quick hike play, just streak the tight end, go, and really just have high-low here to the right side, right? Drag, backside dig. You know, I would probably just block the running back, go, like this, right? Boom. And you see here, like that. Now, if you're wide side and you're bunch tight end, if your bunch is to the wide side of the field, your running back's going to go to the wide side. So what you can also do is this is where we could get into what I like about this play is we could get into this setup right here. So we get into something like this and put them in a lot of conflict over there with their user, and then you have this throw on the backside. So you can totally do that as well. Another setup that I'll like is you have this drag to the tight end, and then you have this crosser. So what I like to do with this is incorporate some different motion setups, and it really is up to you how you want to get to it. You could motion any of these receivers across. You could motion the running back out. I really like a setup, basically like this right here. I think this is actually a really good setup here. If you take a look at this, you have kind of this underneath mesh, and then you have, this stem down corner, which is going to be hard to guard. So you can kind of mix some of that stuff in. Another setup now that while I'm thinking about it on top of my head here is if we motion this out on a streak, we have the crosser. We could go flat to this outside player, and then, you could do something. See how I do this. Let's go stem down corner. Whoops. Let's go stem down corner here. Like this is perfectly fine. This corner will pull the flat. If you want a flat, you just put a flat. But you'll see here this tight end drag and flat combo is really good this year. And then if you wanted to run Durham out of this, kind of a traditional setup like this, you could do that. This streak will take a little bit to get over here, but this is totally something you could do to wide side. Okay, you can't do it to the other way. The other thing is tight end corner is okay if you use just the basic tight end apprentice corner or tight end corner. You see, he gets under a quarter, and so this is worth have a drag on the back end of this. You don't have a clear out really. So what you could do is something like this. And what'll happen is, let's say it's a cover 3. You'll need to stem this post up. So like if you did a seam streak, you did a post, you stem the post up at least one time, maybe two. Well, watch here. So you have the corner as your read, number 1, but then number 2, you have this post. So that's another little wrinkle that you can put. What that forces them to do is it forces them to really hard flat on that backside. And again, this is something pretty simple. You're able to have a pretty decent pass pro here. You'll see that post just kind of gets into that soft spot against cover 4 as well. So that kind of forces like a cover 2. And then once you force a cover 2 on the right side, it's really hard to defend the left side. Because now, the other thing I would say though, is this vertical splay is not as open to this side. So you'll see here, see how the quarter is able to play it because of the hash marks? The outside quarter is able to play that now. So you got to kind of be mindful to that. But the route that is really open over here is, any kind of something like this. Like this is a really, really open read right here, this little whip. You see there's a lot of room for him to kind of get open. Of course, I say that and throw a pick. But in general, you have that. And then you can just freestyle out of this and have basic double corner. This is totally good. And you'll see here, the stem down corner really does a nice job. So this is bunch tight end. There's pistol bunch tight end. Again, you're going to probably, you want a very balanced, you don't want to be running, you want to be running at least 10 times. You probably want to run the ball 10 times a game. You probably want to throw the ball 20 to 30. But this halfback zone is a good run. And then when you do that and you mix in these quick snap plays, these are really, really good. They're just these quick one adjustment go. So that is pistol bunch tight end, at least how I like to run it. And if you guys want to check out any of my full Madden or College Football 25 offensive and defensive ebooks, those are in the school community, and that link is in the description below.